Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to install the Google Pilot plugin for RotorHazard, which allows race directors to import pilot information from any Google Sheets directly into the FPV timing software. A quick introduction on how it works. RotorHazard will connect to Google Sheets via an API service provided by Google Cloud. So step 1 will be to create a set of credentials and what is known as a service account in Google Cloud. This step only needs to be done once, and the same setup can be reused for any other event. Step 2 is to grant the service account access to the Google Sheets. And finally, step 3 is to install the plugin and copy the credentials into RotorHazard. This setup creates a secured connection between the timing software and Google, allowing pilot names and call signs to be imported. Okay, let's get started. For step 1, let's head over to Google Cloud. So that's at cloud.google.com. Log in with your Gmail account and then head over to console. Let's start by selecting a project. If you don't have one, just create a project. Give it any name. In my case, it's My Drone Race Club. I'll create the project and give it a second. Select the project and hit APIs and Services. Once here, search for Google Drive API. Select that and enable the service. Next, we repeat the process, but this time we search for Google Sheets API. Enable it. And that is done. Okay, so now we go to Credentials, hit on Manage Service Accounts, Create Service Account. Okay, we're creating a service email, give it any name. It's basically an email address. Copy that email address and save it on a notepad or something. It's very important. Hit Done, and we're done with this step. Let's just check. Okay, the email is enabled. Hit Actions, Manage Keys, Add Key, create a new key, and then create a JSON file. Download it to your Downloads folder. Okay. Let's just double check. We have it in the Downloads folder. Rename it to credentials.json, all small caps. All right, and that's it for step 1. Now, as long as we have the credentials file and the service account, we do not need to repeat this process. You can use the same information for any race for any Google Sheets. Okay, so that's step 1. Let's move on to step 2. Step 2 requires us to go to Google Drive. So let's head over to Google Drive and create a new Google Sheets. Now, it's very important to take note that for this version of the plugin, the name column and the call sign column are very important. So give your sheet any name and make sure there's a name and call sign column. You can add on any other column like email address or phone number, but as long as name and call sign is there, it will work. Share this sheet to the service account we created earlier. Hit Send, and the access is granted to that Google service account. Okay, double check that it's there. And that's it for step 2. Pretty easy. Okay, for the next step, you will need to SSH into your timing software. And the first thing we need to do is to stop the service if it's already running. So sudo systemctl stop RotorHazard. And when you're ready, you just need to copy the set of command lines from the Git repository and then paste them in, like so. Just copy it and paste it in. When that's installed, you need to install one dependency. Copy the next line, paste it in. I already have it in this case, but once that is done, we're done for the timer. We need to exit and we need to copy over the credentials file. Now we can copy the credentials files any way we want. We can either use WinSCP if you're on Windows. On a Mac, you can just use SCP command line. You can use VNC. Any method works, as long as the credentials.json file ends up in the plugin folder in the Google Pilot plugin folder. So in this case, I'm using SCP. It will ask for the password. Just key in the password. Do it again. Okay. And then just quickly SSH back into the timing system just to check. Go directly into the plugins folder, Google Pilot directory, and the credentials files will be there. Okay, that's it for the timing system. Just restart RotorHazard and everything should be done. Let's have a quick demo. Let's look at a quick demo. So I've got my Google Sheets on the right. I've got RotorHazard turned on, double checking that there are no pilots yet. There'll be this new section in the panel, Google Sheets Pilot Import. Just paste in the name of the Google Sheets and then hit import. Give it a few seconds and the pilots will be imported in. Now you can simply add another name and call sign. For example, Bob, FPV, hit import again, and it works. So it will only import additional pilots. It will not remove, it will not override. Here's another demo using Google Forms instead. Race directors typically collect pilot information from Google Forms as well. So as long as name and call sign is there, it's fine. You can add any other field you want. Make sure it's linked to a Google Sheet. We can give that Google Sheet any name again. FPV race form January, for example. Okay, it's going to open up, right? Name and call sign columns are there. Let's share the permission to the service account we created earlier. Hit send, access is granted. Okay, so from here, let's just try it out. Let's open up a preview. Okay, this is the form. Put in a name, Bob, maybe. Okay, and then let's submit. Okay, the pilot should be in the sheet. Copy the name of the form, paste it in RotorHazard, and hit import. Okay, there you go. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and special thanks to all the RotorHazard developers. If you have any issues with the plugin, do raise it up in the GitHub repository and I will try to address them as soon as I can. Okay, thank you. Happy running a race. See you in the next one.